Hi everyone, Sandra Vale here at Homesteading Ways, and today we're going to be making banana bread. Alright, we're going to get started. The first thing you're going to want to do though is preheat your oven to 350 and grease the bottoms only of 2 loaf pans. Once you have that out of the way, the next thing we're going to do is smash our bananas. Now, these bananas here, these 3, what I do is when I get really ripe bananas, I throw them in the freezer as is. And then when I want to make banana bread or something similar to that, I just pull them out and defrost them on a plate or in a bowl because you'll get some liquid with it. And then I put it all, I'll throw it all here in the bowl and mash them up that way. And what makes this particular banana bread good is because I use a lot of bananas in it. So it gives it a great flavor and it's extra moist. So we're going to start with these bananas here. They just slide right out of that peel. Oops, if you peel it enough. I guess I didn't right away. You can get all that extra liquid out of there. Okay, bananas are all smashed up, so now we're going to take our sugar, and this is 3/4 cup white sugar and 1/2 cup of brown sugar. Just going to kind of combine it together a little bit. Don't really have to do much of it. All the ingredients and measurements will be down in the description box, so make sure to take a look at that. Okay, now we're going to take 1 stick of butter and mix that in. Cream it in with the sugar. Okay, once you got that all incorporated there, then you're going to add 2 eggs. And you're just going to mix that up so it's well combined. I'm making these 2 breads for 2 of my sons. One of them is forever trying to gain weight because he's really thin with a high metabolism. And the other one actually owns 2 gyms. And he's very funny on what he'll eat, but he loves banana bread. Okay, so that's completely incorporated there. That's thoroughly mixed in. So the next thing we're going to add is our bananas. Pour that straight in there. Now that's 3 to 4 medium or a little bit larger bananas. You just give that a quick mix. Then we're going to add 1/2 cup of milk. And our last liquid is going to be a teaspoon of vanilla. Maybe a little more. So once you have that all combined, then you're going to add your flour mixture. And in this flour, there is this mixture here. There's 2.5 cups of flour, a teaspoon of baking soda, and a teaspoon of salt. So we're going to add a little bit at a time. You can add it all at one time. It's, it's not specific. But I like to mix it in a little bit. Otherwise, I tend to get flour everywhere. Okay, once it's well incorporated, everything's good to go here. Add your extras. And extras meaning you don't have to have this in here, but I think a lot of people do like some walnuts in there. So we're going to stir in a cup of walnut pieces. Just make sure to get it even throughout the batter. And then, just for a little something extra, I have about 3/4 of a cup of those real tiny chocolate chips. And I'm going to pour those in. You can use a normal size, you know, the standard size of chocolate chips if you want. I just happen to have the small ones on hand, and they distribute through the bread pretty well. Definitely a sweet treat. Okay, that's all good to go. We're going to put it in our pans. Just divide it evenly. And once it's set in your pans, then you're going to pop it in the oven at 350 for about an hour. Checked it at about 55 minutes with a toothpick in the center there. And if it comes out pretty clean, maybe a small crumb on there, then you're good to go. The top of it should be a little bit on the brown side as well. Okay, the loaves are out of the oven and they smell great and look great. You're going to keep them in the pans for about 5 minutes up on racks like that, and then just loosen the sides up and carefully take them out of the pans and leave them on the racks until they're completely cool. You don't want to try and slice them up while they're warm because it'll just fall apart. But anyhow, that's my banana bread. Make sure to check the description box for all the ingredients and measurements. And I appreciate you guys watching the video. That was awesome of you to do. Thumbs up, comment, subscribe. That would be awesome. Check out my website, Homesteading Ways. There's recipes and all kinds of other stuff over there. And look us up on all the other social media too. Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. The links are all in the description box. It was nice talking to you. And you take care.